Hi YouTube, it's People the Purple Butterfly here. I'm refurbishing a couple of things, like my favorite paintbrushes that, well, let's just say they're so old that the paint started flaking off, exposing the raw wood, which started splintering my hand. So my pounder now looks like this, pouncer rather, and my liner and my sable now looks like this. Is that cool or what? So I figured I'd just do a quick video to show how I got that effect. What you're going to do is take some sock yarn, or well, any acrylic yarn actually. The other paintbrushes were dipped in a polyurethane that's clear. This one still has the original paint on it, so I don't have to do that step. But you're going to take and line up the yarn under your thumb like that, and then wind it a couple of times right at the start and overlap the wind. See? And now you roll the paintbrush instead of wrap it around a couple of times. Get all nice and secure. Now, as soon as I find it, I'm going to take this adhesive. Actually, it's a paint, but still. I'm just going to paint a line all the way down. Now I'm going to bring this back around, holding the handle part right here. See the handle? That has nothing on it. No paint, no adhesive, nothing. And now I'm going to continue to wind or roll. You can either wind the yarn or you can roll the paintbrush into the yarn. But eventually the part that I was holding my thumb right there will be totally consumed by the rolling. And the paint that we put on, since it is a paint and not a glue, it's going to take a while to dry, which gives you time to complete the project. Glue, I have found, especially when I'm trying to gather all the wraps closely, will dry before I get to the bottom of the paintbrush, or paddle, or spoon handle, whatever it is I happen to be decorating with this method. And then you have to keep reapplying it, which is rather frustrating. You don't want it to dry too fast. So now I'm just going to roll it a little bit, because that's actually easier. And since it is sock yarn that is striped, the color will be changing relatively soon. And what that does is it gives you a nice fun effect. Because of the small capacity of the handle itself for the paintbrush, you get quite a bit done before the color actually changes. So you won't see a stripe, but you will see a color change. And that correlates with the others that have a similar color pattern, because, hello, same yarn. But the pattern and attributes of the colors are in different places now. Okay. Now, when I get about an inch from the end, which will be relatively soon, I'm just going to continue to wind this right quick towards where the camera is. Every now and then I scoot it down with my nails. But when I get to be about an inch away, I'm going to take some more of the adhesive. And this time, instead of a line, I'm going to put it on all sides. Ooh, this stuff stinks. Okay. Well, y'all weren't supposed to hear that. Sometimes I think out loud. And I'm going to continue winding until I get to the very tip. And then when it starts to loop like that, because it can't go any further, I'm going to wind it back against itself, like so. See that? See how that's going back the other direction? Well, hold on. Like that. And then I'm going to take a clip and anchor it so that way the yarn cannot escape. At this point, time to get things a little trim. And that's actually about a ½ inch of leeway there, as you can see. I'm not going to cut that off just yet, because when this is done drying underneath, which will be in about an hour, then I'm going to take a couple of drops of a liquid glue. I know will go all the way through our layers, which will be my nail glue. And I'm just going to put, hold on, let's see if I get it where you can see it. Every wind of the strands going back, dot of glue, dot of glue, dot of glue, and then a little dot of glue, and